Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks. Hello, I'm Dr. Pechenik. Today I want to talk about the détente between Kim Jong-un in North Korea and President Moon of South Korea. I had talked about it almost a year ago that I suspected that Trump would initiate a peace treaty between North Korea and South Korea. That would be a momentous occasion. The history of Korea is not a very good history. Korea from 1910 to 1945 was subjugated by the Japanese warlords and was freed after we defeated the Japanese in the Pacific, and it was divided at the 38th parallel with the Soviet Union controlling North Korea and the United States controlling South Korea. In 1950, July of 1950, under the auspices of Kim Il-sung, the grandfather of the present president of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, he initiated an attack of about 250,000 soldiers into South Korea on behalf of Stalin and Mao Zedong of PRC, Red China. And what happened is Kim Il-sung had driven all our forces back to an area in the southeast province of South Korea called Busan. And it was there that we had a stalemate, and in turn, we tried to break out our forces with General Douglas MacArthur, who did an amphibious landing at Incheon, which is 20 miles out of Seoul, and cut into the North Korean supply lines and basically drove the North Koreans back into China, actually. And then the Chinese communists were coming forth. Douglas MacArthur wanted to use the nuclear option, and President Truman said, you cannot use it, and instead put in General Matthew Ridgway, who had worked under Eisenhower. It was a very horrible war. The truth of the matter is that we don't really talk about the Korean War. Like the Vietnam War, we lost 35,000 men and over 100,000 were wounded. 3 million Koreans were totally debilitated or killed. And in turn, there was no peace treaty between North Korea and South Korea. What happened, in effect, was it was General Eisenhower who really came in after he was elected president and arranged an armistice between the North Korean and the South Korean without an official peace treaty. So the 38th parallel at Punmunjeon was always the demarcation point where there was to be a series of tense standoffs between North Korea and South Korea. In turn, Trump had come back and years later said, look, I'm going to do something major and I'm going to do it in North Korea. But he didn't say it directly. What he said was, I don't think that Kim Jong-un is a serious man, and he gave him all types of epithets. This was consistent with the art of the deal. And what he was doing, in effect, was deprecating the very man he wanted to make a deal with, creating uncertainty and creating all kinds of misconceptions to allow him to initiate a covert dialogue between the CIA, headed by Mr. Pompeo, who will soon be our Secretary of State, and Kim Jong-un. In that dialogue, he allowed the President Xi Jinping of China to come in, President Abe of Japan to come in, and allow South Korean President Moon to have a direct discussion with Kim Jong-un. In turn, President Moon correctly has stated that if there is to be a peace treaty, and there will be a peace treaty in June, that's my prediction, then Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. I said that over a year ago, and I still hold by that today. I want to end my discussion by one quote. It was President Eisenhower who said, in order to attain peace in any area, one has to first go to war. And with that, I say to you good night and good luck. Hi, this is Dr. Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks.